This is Konstantinou. I chose Cono Rossi as my character for the journal story that we created. I chose Cono as an inspiration to a lot of things that I used to grow up on. When I was young, me and my family would love to watch those Italian gangster movies that would showcase all of the ways the mafia would interact with each other and how, sort of basing it off Henry Hill from Goodfellas, as to growing up in a half Italian family, half Mediterranean family, how that feels growing up with a family with different values that a lot of people don't really understand. I personally chose him because he relates a lot in a sort of psychological way to me. He shares a lot of the same difficulties in judgment and decision and just the overall hesitation as a person when trying to deal with a family where he doesn't really feel like he belongs. So that's why I chose Cono Rossi as my character. I made him into sort of who I would be back then. I chose the storyline based on, like I said, an inspiration from a Goodfellas type family that has no real connections with any of the mafia, but is sort of trying to get by when they're assumed to be part of this mafia. It's a rough time for him when his father leaves him, and he's the spitting image of a guy that's ruined his family and forsaken him and his poor mother who he loves. So I chose the storyline based on his father sort of abandoning them right at the crash. What did I enjoy most about this project? Well, I had to say I loved going through this project with a sense of being able to express myself in a time that's not possible to express yourself in. I loved the idea of being somebody else who existed during a different time. It sounded like so much fun to me. Any of the challenges? Well, for challenges, I really had to deal with a good amount of them, in the biggest one being trying to portray growing up in his journals. In Kono's journals, it's hard to sort of portray it, but he grows up through them and tries to use them as a way to vent, a way to express his feelings, as growing up from a kid to a teenager to almost a full-blown adult, and then to somebody trying to make a living and trying to change his life around. It was rough to write about in the beginning because trying to link certain specific events to a kid who's 10 years old that just wants to play around all day is not the easiest. But I will say the sort of challenge made it what was so much fun. I really can't express how much fun it was for me to be able to do this and be able to really express myself when I haven't been able to write for myself truly in years. For my journal, I picked my 8th journal out of my 10. And this journal is a pretty somber, sad one. I feel it's my best because it portrays a lot of his struggling feelings at the very end of, at the middle of the 30s, where he's losing control of his life on such a rapid track. He's already succumbed to alcoholism. His father's been gone, and at this point, I'll let the journal tell in the first 2 sentences of how it really is close to killing him. June 11th, 1934. It's over. Mom is dead. Everyone I loved is gone, and I'm all alone. I don't have any friends, and I'm addicted to alcohol. I don't even know why I'm writing in this damn journal. Maybe someone will find it when I finally die. Everybody seems to be talking about the New Deal and the SEC, but I don't care about any of that now. It's all pointless. I spend my days getting drunk, and it doesn't even matter. I could go to hell for all I care. Right after Mom died, Prohibition ended. It was the perfect storm that ruined my life. It's all his goddamn fault. He stole everything from us and he left. The worst part is that I'm just like him. I blew everything Mom and I earned. Hopefully I'm dead before my next entry. God willing. Farewell, forever.